Well, hello everybody, and welcome to UniTalk. Coach.
Hey, how's it going? I'm right here. I'm right here. How's it going with you, NK?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, it's beautiful to be on radio, and it's a wonderful day.
Yeah, you know what? I think when we start, people are so used to hearing your voice. I think when they hear mine,
What's going down?
Is this
happening,
right,
or it's something else going on somewhere there?
So how are you?
Hey, I'm wonderful. You know, what I've been saying a few days ago. Somebody asked me the same question. They said, "So, Coach Taff, how are you doing?" And I said, "I'm sexy, successful, and saved."
Also, like the 3 S's.
Why not?
Sexy, successful, and saved. I like that one.
Yeah.
Can I steal that one?
Absolutely. You can have that one anytime, girl.
So how are you?
Fantastic. I'm on top of my game. It's a Tuesday. It's one of those days that we hang out with university students, and as is our tradition, we just want to say hello to as many universities as we can. We love this. We love you, university students. You guys are super amazing. Wherever you are, you may be in America, you may be in Europe, you can be in Greece, you can be in Africa somewhere. You're not gonna go to Paspemuti. Do you know what Paspemuti is?
No, what's that?
Pasika Pemuti.
Like under a tree.
So wherever you are, we are just happy to be broadcasting straight to you. This is especially for you university students. We call this UniTalk, and you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, on SoundCloud,
Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, 0772 902 108.
We good.
We've been loving the feedback.
The feedback is super amazing.
People have been texting us. So, we know people are listening out there.
You know, the one that I got, the most amazing feedback I got was that this one person says to me, "Come on, guys, we're waiting. When are you posting?" I felt the pressure. I promise you, I felt the pressure. But this was at a time when I was traveling, and we've been trying to tweak our program. So
we have.
So but thank you to everybody who's been reaching out to us. We love you. Thank you so much.
We feel the love, guys. We really do feel the love.
Yeah.
So like Tuesdays, like normal. I think that's proper English, right? As normal.
As is our tradition.
Tuesdays, we talk dating and relationships. So today, like Coach said, we are tweaking things up a little bit. I think people are now used to us having students in every session that we have. Today, it's me and Coach.
Absolutely. I think it's important for us to bring that highlight out there. We are a talk station. Mm-hmm. So the idea is that sometimes we get so much content and it's super overwhelming.
Yeah.
And we've got to be able to pack it nicely and slow down a little bit.
Slow down.
Hey,
exactly.
Because I think there's stuff that is going on. So it's just you and I today in studio, live.
And you know what?
With
the last time it was just you and I, you kind of put me on the hot seat. Do you remember that?
Did I put you on the hot seat?
It was a Friday and you were asking me all these things. Like, relationship.
Did we post it? Did we post it?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we post
So guess what?
What's happening?
It's your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's
Hey,
your
girl,
turn.
I'm an open book. I'm an open book. So I should have.
Which is why it's perfect.
All right, so let's do it.
I'm in the driver's seat today and I will be talking to you. So it's not like an interview, but what it is it's a discussion.
Is it a discussion?
So this discussion.
What are we discussing about?
Discussion.
That's the worst English. I hate that English. To discuss about. They must just change. You just discuss full stop. Yeah, some of it got wet. I know.
So you know what inspired this particular program?
All right.
Have you ever watched the Steve Harvey show? Not the comedy, like the talk show.
Yes. I only watched a little clip where he was interviewing this little kid. Was super intelligent. That was cool.
Yeah. So he's got an awesome talk show. I love it personally. Where he talks. He's got the segment where he calls it Ask Steve, right?
All right.
So the women in the audience, because I don't think there are any men, they ask him any question. You get it.
So, are you proposing I have Ask Coach Taff?
We're having an
Is this it? Oh my gosh!
Not only am I proposing it, we're doing it.
Are we doing it now?
We're doing it
now.
All
right, so bring it on.
We're doing it now. So the questions I'm asking you, some of them are my own personal questions. Some of them are from feedback that we've been getting. You know what I mean? So what we're doing here is it's not a personal Coach Taff thing. But you are representing the men. You are advising us, the women. So I am representing the university students.
So he's personally.
No, but
should I answer from a personal point of view or from?
You can.
All right,
you can,
or
you can represent the men. I don't know. It's up to you.
All right.
It's up to you. But what we just want is we want some honest answers.
All right.
And it is
brutal honesty or soft honesty.
Brutal.
All right, so bring it on.
We want brutal honesty.
So recently, some guy met with me. I was speaking at some event, and I was giving some encouragement. And when he stood up to give his vote of thanks, he says to me, "Coach Taff, you are tough." So I'm gonna be tough. I'm ready.
You're ready.
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. So we'll play music later, and we're just going to go straight
As
into
you
it.
please.
So the first question that I'm asking you,
Yeah.
whether this is from me or from whoever, doesn't matter, but we want to talk about the issue of
Your smile sound makes it look like it's from you.
no, it's
it on.
not me. It's
Bring it
not
on.
me.
Bring it on.
University students,
Yeah.
right? They are not. What can I say? These are intelligent young girls. They're going to university. They're going to get their own whatever. So I think now, because of that, we've got this culture of independent women that has just, that has come about. Women are no longer just waiting around for their men to look after them, or just waiting around for men to tell them what to do. So what I want to ask you first is, Coach Taff, from a man's point of view, how do men, and here we're talking maybe Zimbabwean men,
Yeah.
and the African men,
Yeah.
how do you guys view this whole concept of independent women? Are independent women attractive, or do you want docile women? Like, just that's the question.
Well, you see, I think, as far as I'm concerned, I've met a number of guys who talk about these independent women, so to speak. I actually don't think that they're independent; they're compensating.
Explain.
I think more than anything, women who are trying to be independent, it's more of compensatory behavior. I think it's supernatural that people need to be together. Men and a woman have got to be together because we complement each other. And so the reason why a man and a woman are supposed to be together is because there's certain things that a woman can do that a man can't, and vice versa. And so as long as a woman tries to be independent, in actual fact what they're doing is they're bringing onto them the traits that should be also be covered up by a man. And one thing for a fact is that the so-called independent women, as they are compensating, they become amazing. They become awesome. They become, I would say to some extent they are attractive because they're driven. I think more than anything, where the world has changed. Very few men are looking for docile women. We're looking for a woman that doesn't just raise our loins, but also raises our intellect, who's able to drive and share my vision. You see, I've seen many men who are really smart with these beautiful women who have got nothing in their head. And it's crazy because you can't relate. You can't even take them to dinner with friends. You can't take them to, you can't have them in a meeting. They can't contribute to the success that you're trying to achieve. And for men, this is what we're doing every single day. At work, we are being challenged. We are working hard towards achieving a particular goal, and it becomes super important to have somebody by your side who can share and contribute. So I would say, these independent women, as much as I don't think that they're really independent, because your independence is not in you being single. Your independence is in your mindset.
Okay. But there's a word that you said, a phrase that you said. You said there's things that men can't, there's things that men can do that women can't do. And I think that's where you face a challenge, because the women of today, we are being raised to believe that there's nothing that we can't do that a man can do.
I think you can try that script. It doesn't work. It's just a fact of life.
Okay.
Is that there are certain things that are better done than by men.
Better done, but not.
Of course. I mean, I can cook,
Yeah.
but it's better done by you.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I agree,
Yeah.
but when in a home setup, you will be by far a better cook. Everybody is good. Even if I'm a better cook than you, just the acceptance that mamindo are big.
So it's not about the ability,
But
or
we
the
cannot
skill.
ignore it. We cannot ignore the role that you play as a woman. You, as much as you can change a light bulb, NK,
Yeah.
it's better done by me.
Is it?
Not necessarily.
We
Not
just want a
necessarily.
light bulb.
Let me explain.
Isn't that in the mind though?
Exactly. So why are you removing the mind? The mind is important.
Yeah, but then my point is, it's not to say you can do it better. Does it matter who put it there, the man or the woman?
That's fine. So when I'm sleeping on a Sunday, and you come and the toilet is blocked, you can just pump it up. You just do it as well. When the tire is flat, okay, and we're driving, just get out of the car, jack the car up and change the wheel. Because bottom line is that it's mechanical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody can do it, basically.
Yeah.
But there's some comfort.
Okay.
If we if we carry out our roles in terms of what we can do, or what we've been culturalized to accept.
Okay, but then I think also what's now happening with this issue of roles, even if we take it out of university setup context, you have those families where the woman is the breadwinner, Like, it's not by choice.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
I mean, people are losing their jobs all the time.
Yes.
The man loses the job or whatever.
Yeah.
Does it then not make you feel less of a man if you're then now at home cooking and cleaning when she's... Because, there's women, they complain. Okay, so now I'm going to work. So surely the least that he can do is now do the work at home. But then that's role reversal. Does that not make a man feel... What's the word?
Emasculated.
I was about to say emancipated. Yeah, emasculated. That's the right word.
Men feel emasculated, without a doubt. And I guess your question is asking and pointing towards what should happen in such a situation.
Yeah.
Men want two simple things, guys. It's a very simple: respect and sex. Come on, let's just get over and done with it.
Respect and sex.
Full stop. Respect the dude. If you're the breadwinner, fantastic. Thank you. We applaud you. I mean, God is serving us, but don't rub it in. Don't tell me that because you're the breadwinner and all that stuff. Bring the money, give it to the man. Let the man decide. It's his role. Yeah, I like your face, girl. I like your face. So suddenly, because you're making the money, you now want to keep all the money to yourselves. But when I'm going to work, I bring all the money, I give it to you, make a decision. Why are you not giving me the money? Why won't you give me the money to handle it? Because when I was going to work, I gave you the money, NK.
No, because
don't say no, because you change your face. See, that's where the problem is. Is that suddenly women, you're not being independent, you're being selfish.
I don't know.
We're not doing this
because then if we're saying the woman is a better finance manager, better at managing finances, right? Let's just say this is what we have agreed in our marriage. I'm the one who's good with figures. I'm the one who's good with budgeting and whatnot. But then something happens. You're not bringing home the bacon anymore. I'm not bringing it home. Why then should we be forced to change that role as well? Just because I'm working and you're not working doesn't mean you're now...
But that's not what's happening. What's happening is that because you're bringing the bacon, then you make it look like I'm now the woman in the house. No.
How are you looking like the woman in the house? Just because you're cooking and cleaning?
The way you're speaking to me, the way you assign things for me to do, the way you've become super bossy, the way that you are always commanding and challenging my authority as the head of this home.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that one but I don't think it's always the case though. Okay, but anyway, the initial question was about independence, and you said men, we don't mind as long as you're getting the respect and the sex.
Give me sex, give me respect. I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk sex.
It's
not a Wednesday, but it's a sexual question that I want to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
It's about, have you heard of the 90-day rule?
No.
You haven't heard of the 90-day rule? Okay, so that's like the latest. It's Steve Harvey who inspired it, right?
Really?
In his book, Think Like a Man.
Act Like a Woman.
Yeah, that book. So he says that a woman should not give up the cookie within the first 90 days of a relationship. And because he says then if you give it up too soon, then the guy loses interest. Is that true?
Well, let me tell you something about men. Men want to work for things. It's just natural. And you know what? The more you want me, you make me want you. The more you make me crave you. The longer you take to say yes, the more I fall in love with you.
Is there a connection there? There's more love, or it's to say you wait because you've got that your interest is there, and then I give it to you and still you're gone.
No, well, I'll tell you what. If you're going to give it to me really quick, I mean, you probably have given it to somebody else really quick. So what's the point? There's no value. There's no value. The issue is that you don't value yourself enough to say no to me. So why should I value you?
Wow. But then also now, no. So that's the issue.
What is the issue?
Like it's all boiling down to the issue of
growing up.
Saying no is about you value yourself.
Well, you know what? Growing up as boys, you know what? It was, and still is, in most men's mind. To say it is, if a woman is loose, we still use those terms.
Yeah.
You know, you never go out with a woman who's loose. If she's easy to get, then she's easy to dispose. Why would you hang on to somebody who is easy?
But then, I hear a lot of girls saying, if he respects you, like there's no formula. If he respects you, it doesn't matter how long you wait or So you're saying
it contributes.
it does.
Oh yeah, if you withhold your cookie for 90 days, I don't know how long you must. Okay.
Yeah, I think 90 days is just maybe like doesn't have. It's not like a strict. Okay, it's 90 days, so day 91.
Right.
But I think he was just trying to say, you know what?
Prolong it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at least give yourself a chance to get to know the person.
Yeah.
But then that's now going against what our university students.
It's okay, and that's why the university students will always have a challenge getting married.
So you think that's
we will?
This
you know what, I was just about to say we will. I'm going to speak on behalf of the. I'll say we will as men. We're going to use those girls. I mean, you heard Chris the other day.
Yeah.
Chris was like, I mean, men want to have sex, so we're gonna just sleep around with you, and that's the word, sleep around with you, and we'll let you be. But that girl who is preserving herself, I'm wondering when can this girl see my mommy? I'm thinking.
Okay, so you're thinking long term. You're thinking
if the reason why you are reserving yourself is because you're giving me an opportunity for me to think about you in the future. If you give me your cookie right now, it's short term, girl.
So then, if this guy is not able to wait for 90 days, it means he wasn't serious in the first place.
No,
right?
It's fine. I mean, look, you've not lost anything.
Yeah.
You've lost nothing, which is fine. And I mean, I think there's one thing that I would like to share with university students. It's important for you to get to know somebody first.
Yeah.
There's so much that you need to learn. You need to learn what, and this sounds crazy, sounds really old school, but these are the basics. It doesn't matter what century we're in, but there's certain basics. What do you love to do? Who do you want to hang out with? I want to know you. Let me know you first.
Okay.
And if I was to give girls a tip, is to say, let this guy show you interest. Don't push him to ask you out. If he asks you out, hang around. Don't say yes.
So you're saying don't say yes
for a period of time. Keep him hanging on.
So like do like I'm thinking about it.
That's amazing. Yes.
Oh, that kind of thing. So
it
that
works.
Actually works?
It works 100%.
I thought it like put people off.
Oh,
I thought men
not.
wanted
absolutely
women
not.
who know what they want.
If you see that he hasn't sent you another text message, just say good morning to him. Keep him hang on.
So don't ignore him.
Don't ignore the dude. I mean, but you know what? Play it safe. Understand this guy. Understand how he thinks. Understand who he hangs out with. It's for your own safety.
Yeah.
I mean, what if he's angry? If he's got anger issues? What if he's got other? You gotta learn this person.
But do you ever really know somebody?
Of course you do.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Like when you're still dating, not like when you're living together. Well, I just figure there's always going to be surprises.
When you're living together, there's no more time to learn your partner.
What do you mean?
It's downhill. I mean, what else is there to learn?
I would have thought that's when you start to really learn.
No, you learn before you live together.
But then it's like there's certain things that because there's certain things that you don't ask a person, you learn by seeing them.
You ask.
How do you ask?
You learn.
Some of the stuff is random though.
Look, I'm glad we're talking to university students.
Yeah.
The question is, how do you do research? By observing, by listening, by asking.
But then if you're not living with them, so you ask them, okay, so when you go to the bathroom, do you leave the toilet seat up?
No, of course not. I mean, but you know what? You can go on dates with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if it means you are not necessarily dating, but you can go with a group of friends. You can observe. You can see how he does it. Does he wash his hands after he's left the bathroom? When he shakes people's hands, does he go and wash his hands quickly before he eats some food? Is he particular about that? How does he like to talk? What kind of food does he like? You're gonna learn your dude. You know, I mean, what sort of jokes does he do? How comfortable is he around people? What do you like? Does he like to hold you in public? Is he publicly affectionate? Does he speak to you? Does he keep glancing at you? I think those things are important.
Yeah, I agree.
Sheesh. My son is gonna learn a lot. My sons are.
Yeah, but you know, like most parents don't tell their kids these things.
Of course, I think
it's.
Well, this is why we've got this program.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're like the Tete and the Sekuru of the university.
Am I a Sekuru?
Yeah, I'm like Tete and you're like Sekuru.
Right,
we're like
so
taking the role because you know
time.
like for me, I have one Tete, right?
Yeah.
We don't stay in the same town.
Yeah.
We see each other for my family functions,
Yeah.
you know, here and it's like we don't have that time to sit down. So you know, if I haven't seen my Tete in 6 months, when I sit down, there's certain things that are like at the back of your mind, and it's not like I think about it and then I think, oh, let me talk to her via WhatsApp or whatever. So I think it's just one of those things. Like so school them, brother.
Well, I'll tell you something. You know what? When I'll not go back to the question you asked earlier on, is that when we are now staying together, the responsibilities kick in. And so you're gonna see me from a responsibility point of view, but and what responsibility changes you.
Yeah.
So because when you become a mom, it changes you. When you've got rent to pay, it changes you, and all of that. But my inner being, my true self, that's the person that you need to be looking out for. Guys, hold on. Don't keep those pants on. Keep those pants on and get to know this dude before you do anything. But by the way, I'm gonna respect you because you're keeping your pants on. Mm-hmm. Because you know what, I got something to look forward to. You know, there's this celebrity couple that I was studying. I forget their names. Mm-hmm. They went on 1 year no sex relationship. They were married, and they wanted to renew their vows, and so that they can as part of the agreement, they said they would not have sex for a year, so that when they renew their vows, it's going to be more meaningful.
Wow.
They preserved themselves in their marriage. I mean, seriously.
That's pretty amazing, though. That really is.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people can't even preserve themselves in relationships.
Exactly.
So the issue of virginity, it's still important.
Well, the issue of virginity is definitely important. You know, most of the guys are looking for a virgin, and you see, for guys, there are two things. It's wanting to sleep with a virgin and to go and tell the guys, hey, I'm the guy, I did it. All right. And it's another thing to say, this girl preserved herself for me. And it doesn't matter who says what, doesn't matter how naughty this guy is or how silly he is. If he knows that you have been preserving yourself for him and for him alone, he will honor you. He may go and have girlfriends, but he will never forget the value that you gave him. You may have disagreements. You may break up. But that's very pure.
But then, like what you just said, if he's gonna still go and have girlfriends,
it's okay. I mean,
so how is he valuing me?
Look,
so he's saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, NK is there. At the end of the day, I always go back to her. Is that I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's important. There's wisdom in. I mean, 100% people need to be faithful. I'm for being faithful. You're gonna be faithful. But at the end of the day, is that men is in a fallen state, and sometimes temptation comes and they fall, and sometimes it's not even temptation. It's just the nature of who they are. There are issues to do with how they were brought up, and so they will do the things that they saw. It's gonna do with how their upbringing, and there are many reasons why men and women cheat.
Yeah.
But I may cheat, but doesn't mean that I've lost my value and love for you. And I think I'd like to talk to my little sisters. Wasukuru. When your boyfriend or your husband, because some of the university students are married, cheats on you, it does not take away any value from you. You did not cheat, so why are you taking responsibility for the things you didn't do?
I think that's very prominent, though. That's very common.
What?
Where girls then start to think, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Like, because you're thinking, you know what? If I am enough for him, right?
No, you're never enough for him.
If I'm the woman he wants to be,
you never.
If I'm the girlfriend, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or if I'm doing my best to make him happy, and then he still goes, surely it means there's something I didn't do.
No, that's him. He's the one who's gone out and found somebody else to satisfy his needs. And even if you're falling short in certain areas in your marriage or in your relationship, he should deal with that and not go and get another woman.
So in other words,
it has got nothing to do with you, my sister. It's got everything to do with this idiot. With this guy.
No, he is an idiot.
Well,
cheating.
Not. Well, exactly.
Yeah, because if he's cheat, like you said,
but
he's the one who's just not.
It depends. Have you agreed to be in a monogamous exclusive relationship?
Do you agree to that, or is that automatic? To me,
I think with the university students these days, I think it's very important to have this sort of discussion.
Yeah, well, no, I think there's like, from what they've been telling us, even when they've been coming on the show, I think there's two types of relationships. There's the physical trukungo fara relationship.
Right.
Then there's, like, what was it, Smelty or Gamu was saying, no, you have your Vimafaro Chichi, but then you have your Bay.
Yeah.
You have that one person.
So when your bae cheats on you, you then complain. Yet you're having your Mafaro guy.
No, here we're taking it from the point of view. We are assuming.
Yeah.
We're assuming your bae is your one and only.
Okay.
We're assuming. Let's just put that assumption.
All right.
There. This university girl X is. They're in a monogamous relationship. She's not cheating, but then she's not cheating, and then he's the one that's cheating. So he's the one with the problem. He's the idiot.
Absolutely.
I like that you said that.
Let me share something from a. This is a heart issue for me.
Okay.
It pains my soul. It pains my heart to hear my little sisters, my Ozugurus, talking about they don't trust. You can't trust a man. Eesh. That's hurtful.
Yeah.
And it's creating a new culture, NK, of mistrust. And it's no wonder that people have got there's so much happening in relationships now. Trust is a suspension of suspicion. And it is your responsibility to suspend any suspicion so that you can entrust your heart, your mind and soul to your partner. What they do with it, when you trust somebody, it doesn't stop them from doing what they want to do. You have absolutely no control of another human being. The only person you can control is yourself. You can only influence others and you manage yourself. You cannot manage people.
True.
And so when you entrust somebody with your heart, with your life, it is you who has the responsibility to entrust it with them. When they go ahead and do whatever they do, that's them.
Yes, that's them. And I think that's where the mistrust then comes in, because you know what's happening. What's happening is,
so what is happening?
This guy,
and then
he breaks the trust.
Wonderful. So you see, I'm glad you said that, because we've started from a point of trust. My point of pain is that people are no longer even starting from a point of trust,
because they're now looking at what happened in the past.
With who?
With the past. That's the thing.
With who? No, with who? Answer the question. With who?
The ex-boyfriend.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
So why are you bringing your ex-boyfriend into my new relationship?
Because once bitten, twice shy.
No, do not. You see, and I'm glad we've come to this discussion. You know what? I've had opportunities to counsel certain marriages, and to help a lot of relationships, and even in relationship coaching. The moment you bring in somebody else into this relationship, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Do not bring somebody else into this relationship. This is about you and me. Suspend everything else that you know, unlearn everything else you know, and let's start with me. I mean, imagine this guy is trustworthy. You can trust this person, and you're starting off from a point where you don't trust him.
Is that necessary? What if? Okay, you know what? The way I've always kind of viewed this is trust is earned. So if we're starting from point zero, now, we've just met, and I've got my mistrust from wherever, surely it's your responsibility to then earn my trust.
Don't bring it.
Because then now if we date for a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, you haven't given me any reason to suspect anything or to be suspicious, then I can trust you.
No.
Why should I start?
You start by trusting me. Start by trusting me. You get into this relationship, right from the onset. Any relationship must start by trust. You trust me first, okay, and then you allow this trust to grow.
I just think it's easier said than done.
No, that's the truth. That's just how you do it. You trust somebody.
But then it's also is it not my responsibility?
Why would you trust
protect my heart as well from future damage? Because then I feel like if you lessen your expectations of people,
you live less.
But you hurt less.
No.
Who says they disappoint you?
Who says you're gonna hurt? You know, let me. I just want to share about that. That's really profound. Growing up, I used to have a little book where I'd write all these love quotations. And one of my favorite one was or still probably is. It is better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. You need to go into any relationship full-heartedly, without any reservations. Because at the end of anything, you can look back and say, you know what, I gave this relationship my all, and yes, it failed, but there's nothing. I have absolutely no regret.
But surely if you give it your all and it fails.
When who gives what?
If you give the relationship your all.
And that's the responsibility.
I give my relationship the all.
Absolutely.
And then this guy, it does not give it his all, or he betrays me or whatever, he cheats or whatever.
Right, yeah.
It hurts more. That what? If I was saying,
once again, we're going back to that independent woman, compensatory behavior. That's compensatory behavior. You're not living. You're not present in this relationship. You're not here. You gotta be here. You gotta be present to win. If you're coming in half measures, we are not gonna enjoy this relationship together because I actually don't know you. I think that's the worst. That's the worst thing, is to get into a relationship with somebody you don't know because they were not there. I only got to know their fingernails.
Okay, yeah. So it's like just
I only got to know a part of them.
Yeah.
I want to know the whole of you. And maybe if I knew the whole of all of you, all of you, if I knew all of you, maybe out of this relationship could have been better.
So you're saying maybe the reason it fails is because we're not giving each other 100% in the first place.
Then tell you what, I'm a Christian guy. I'm a Christian. I mean, you know what? For a very long time, and I don't know if this is appropriate, but it's our program. We can do whatever we want.
We're the bosses. Yeah.
We're the bosses. we run this stuff. I was going to say.
Don't swear.
We're not going to swear. But if Jesus in his deity and the Lord himself, for a long time, we would slaughter goats in the place and lambs in place of our sins. But you see, the Bible says, I feel like I'm preaching now.
No.
John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And Jesus died on the cross. Imagine a God dying
on the cross.
It means he gave everything to death.
True.
And that's what love is about. It's about giving everything to death.
I'm speechless.
And that's dying to self. It's dying to self. It's dying to your past. It's saying, I'm going to press on for the future because the future is what I believe in. I may have been hurt in the past, but I'm stronger for it. I may have been abused in the past, but I'm renewed for the future. That's what it's about. Don't bring your past. I mean, Noah, Abraham. I mean, imagine Jesus Christ going onto the cross and thinking about Adam and Eve, how they betrayed. No, it's a new day. Go in there, love this guy, give him his all, and when he messes you up, girl, you know what? You can walk out of that with your head up, your shoulders high.
You gave it your all.
You gave it your all. And here's the thing. Let me tell you something, MK. When you give your all, you become your authentic being. People are living as robots, substitutes. You are a substitute of yourself. How can you be a substitute of your true being, of your true self, when you can be the one and true being? Your authentic, your fingerprints are only talking about your uniqueness. Yet you want to be able to stay in this place of emptiness.
Wow.
When you don't give your all, you are empty. But you know what? You are a reservoir of love. Rudoa Riperi. You are a reservoir of passion. You are Chisipiti Cherudo baby. Auperi. Give it. It's useless with you. It's like friendship. When you don't give friendship, you will still go away with whatever, but you give it all. You give it your all. And today, if I could sum this up as on dating and relationships, hey, somebody out there at some university, I'm gonna say this: give it your all. Give it your all. And you know what? If you don't get the all, praise the Lord. And I'll answer why. You see, people don't understand this.
No, keep going.
Let me talk to somebody. Let me talk to somebody, NK. When somebody, Doti Chico, messes you up in a relationship, and you gave it your all, praise the Lord, because that idiot wasn't meant for you. The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
And so when your best comes, It must be ready for your all. Because you are then going to become that idiot who wasn't best for me.
So then it becomes a cycle.
And it's because of you.
That makes sense. So what you're saying is, because if this guy messes me up, I go into the next relationship with the right guy. And I give him 50%.
And then he says no.
And then he says,
and
you know
was
what?
meant to be.
And he says, I gave this girl my all. It was meant
to be.
Wow.
Are there certain couples? I promise you, I've seen this many times. There's certain people that you see and you look at them, because we're spiritual beings. When you look at this person, you say, wow, this is meant to be. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. You don't even have to be told. They look alike. They act alike. There's just, the chemistry is explosive.
When you can almost touch it.
When you get close to them, it's corrosive because you can't be part of it. It's amazing. And they break up. Why? Because somebody didn't give it their all and they mess it up. But here's the amazing thing about that person who keeps giving their all. The Lord will always give them something that will work for them. Because his word says nothing will come back to me void until it is accomplished. There's somebody out there who is supposed to have the best, and the Lord knows where their heart is. They will always have the best. It doesn't matter how many times they've been messed up, they will eventually get to the best, because in the fullness of time, the Lord will be able to prepare the best dish for the person who is faithful and trustworthy.
I feel like putting my hands up.
You can put your hand up.
I feel like putting my hand up.
But it starts from giving it your all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see a lot of my wasukrus, my sisters, who are going to the altar and praying and asking God, can I have this guy? I mean, you can't have that guy because you're not giving your all. Come on, Radziwa can. Love is painful. It's going to be painful. But your heart is not going to burst. It's not going to crack. It's not going to be teared off. Your heart will still pump the same way, because God is love. You've been given love to give.
Yeah.
And I will pay. It's a reservoir. It's in a peri.
You know what I think on that as well? I think I've like switched sides.
I
think when you move on to a new relationship and you don't give your all to that person because of something that happened to you in a past relationship, I think you're giving that person in the past the power to keep controlling you. Yeah, they own you. Because then if you say, you know what, no, I've met John and I'm not going to love John completely because of what James did to me, James is still hurting you. James is still controlling you in your new relationship.
So in my book, Exit to Excuses, I've got a chapter that I talk about moving on. You got to move on.
Okay.
Move on with your life.
I want you to tell me more about moving on after. Okay, so everybody, this is exciting, hey? This is exciting. We're here on UniTalk.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Tuesday. We're talking dating, and today it's our session is called Ask Coach, because Coach is coaching us. He's counseling us, and he's talking to us, university girls. I don't know if the guys are, but it applies to the guys as well. He's talking to the university students.
Before we go, let me just say something to university students. When you are young, this is the best time to give it your all.
Okay.
There's nothing as beautiful as puppy love.
Puppy. I haven't heard that word in such a long time.
There's nothing as beautiful and
sweet.
Pure as giving it your all now, because everything else after this is corrupted. Once you corrupt your trust, when you corrupt your love, when you corrupt your body, everything else is going to be rotten.
Corrupted, it's rotten.
So you start now. Start now.
Wow. Let's listen to a song, guys.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
Cause I've always loved you. Oh baby, I see ngwezvinu zviri pasi rudo rwangu warusirwa nhasi asi ngwezvinu zviri pasi rudo rwangu warusirwa nhasi kufeta. I'm mad by the way I know kuchita. Every day achingo kuchita. My chicks akawana achingo mupipa. WhatsApp yanela code. Ukafunzana kunjenga kunge pothole. Not today you'll be standing on the crossroads. You can change your life. It's time that I make it right.
Hear this.
Cause I've always loved you. Oh baby, I see ngwezvinu zviri pasi. Rudo rwangu warusirwa nhasi. Yasi ngwezvinu zviri pasi. Rudo rwangu warusirwa nhasi. Bana, Skug. Listen, babe. I remember the first time and place when I saw the smile on your face. I knew from that time that though you weren't mine, I wanted you in my embrace.
Exit Radio, playing more of the music you want to hear.
Exit, no excuses.
Well, we are back. We are back. It's UniTalk on a Tuesday where we are asking Coach Taff. So I came in here with all these questions, and now I don't think I'm even going to manage to ask all of them because coach, you know, it's you know what? I think you're like, do you do relationship coaching?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, look, one of the things that I do is I coach coaches. So one of the modules that I take my coaches through is relationship coaching, and I've had so many experiences in terms of, you know, even marriage counseling, and you know, more than anything, I'm a lover, girl.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
No, I ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah, because you know, I think I don't know. Maybe it's actually just me who's learning from this. I don't know even if the university students don't enjoy this program. Well,
you know, let me tell you something. In life, there's something that I've learned also as a speaker, is that when I speak, I don't speak to an audience. I speak to individuals. And maybe this whole broadcast, this whole thing is probably for just that one person who is out there at some little or big university, in some big room or small little dark room right now, and is ready to give up. And I'm happy to reach out to that one person. We are indeed called to many, but we're called to many one by one.
One by one. Wow, that is so powerful. What were we talking about before the break? I lost my track. We're talking about it. Oh yes, I know. I wrote something down here.
Okay.
I can't remember what you had said exactly, but I wanted to talk about this issue of when you're talking about getting to know your person, and you know, you're talking about before everything gets corrupt.
Yeah.
You're talking about puppy love, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But coach, these guys are so sneaky. They are so cunning. How do we tell if you're giving somebody your all from the very beginning? Surely you're now making yourself super vulnerable because you said, you know what, take time to know this person, but go straight into the relationship, give them your all from the beginning. Isn't that connected somehow?
You're not giving your all at the beginning of the relationship. You're giving them all your trust.
All your trust.
You start off any relationship at a point of trust.
Okay.
Saka, yes, the reason why one warkuvarwa is because you're trusting, and that is awesome.
How is that awesome?
Because
I'm
you're
really
trusting.
disappointed.
The only challenge is that there's something that you're also giving beyond that. You have not learned this person. You know, you can't lie forever. You know Bob Marley says?
What?
Bob Marley says you can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all people all the time.
Wow.
That's wisdom from Bob Marley.
It's pretty deep.
And it requires you it requires you to be able to be there to understand how this person behaves. In on the relationship, it's not a transaction. The problem with university students are that they're transacting with their hearts and their body parts.
Preach, brother. You know, you're like, your face just changed there.
No,
you're
because
like,
they're transacting.
Yeah.
Do not transact. Why?
What's the difference?
The difference is that a relationship it takes time. It's futuristic. it involves more than just the things, the tokens of a relationship.
Yeah.
It's deeper. A transaction can be once off. There's no need to keep the soil fertile. There's no need for me to come back. There's no need for me to come back and make sure that it's going to be in a good condition. Let's not transact with our hearts. Let us relate with our hearts.
Sounds so deep.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So for me, it says the moment I say do not transact, every relationship, unless those are all, but every relationship must be long term.
What's long term? Define long term.
Now it means that first understand this guy. Where is he going? Don't ask him where is this relationship going. Why are you not? Be patient, girl.
That's the question that every girl wants to ask, though.
It's obvious. So one thing that I've recently learned, and I'm learning this really fast, is that girls are now pushing guys to ask them out.
Yeah, that's true.
Simply because you've seen that I've got some interest in you. The next thing is I'm waiting for you to ask me out. Hold on, girl. I want to know you first. I'm not just going to ask you out and then learn about you later. No, I'm going to ask out the person that I know. And it doesn't matter who it is. Every guy in this world right now, I don't care who they are, they can challenge you on this one, but they want to know what kind of girl you are first. You know why? Because we need to show you to our mommies, to our aunties, and to our sisters, to my brothers, to my cousins, to my dudes. The rest of them girls are transactions, are trophies.
It's so interesting that you say that, because I think the current, I don't know if I can call it a trend, but amongst women, there's this thing that a man knows if he wants you from the first minute he sees you, so he shouldn't have to take his time to. I don't know. There's to my quotes WhatsApp, but where people are like, when he sees you, he already knows.
Nope.
Does he like you? Does he not like you? So if he's taking his time, and the indecision is a decision.
No, it's not indecision. This is absolutely not indecision.
He's not decided whether he wants to date me or not, but he wants to be in my life.
I'm in your life first to have a relationship with you, and first I must establish contact, which is hi, how you doing? My name is Taf, and my name is Yasha. Great, that's contact. Okay, and then then I want to develop a relationship. It can be a friendship. Okay, before I promote you to become my woman.
Okay.
Now the challenge is that we are getting to know you.
We're jumping from meeting to we're in a relationship.
Meeting to what is the foundation of this relationship? There has to be a foundation. When the foundation is, what do you believe in? What do you like? Who do you hang out with? What are your aspirations?
Are those not things that you can find out as you go along?
No. What if because they have to be aligned with mine?
And that's when we had. Okay, I get what you're saying. I think that's when there becomes a problem. Those girls who then says, no, he tries to control me. He says he doesn't like when I drink, but when you first met, you weren't drinking, or you weren't.
Exactly.
You didn't give each other a chance for him to see. If he had seen from the beginning, I can't date her, he would have. Wow. So makes so much sense.
So you take for example, there are guys who don't like makeup.
Yeah.
So they'll
like you. No, you've expressed that even in a previous show. I'm sure you said it before that. Okay, you like your women natural. Yeah.
I love my women natural.
Yeah.
And so if so, the moment you said wearing makeup, I'm beginning to wonder what's going on. So I'm going to learn you. If you're a makeup kind of girl, and that's who you are, chances are, and it depends what kind of makeup it is, but chances are you're not gonna get me. And
isn't that superficial?
For who?
For
natural is not superficial.
No, as in like, if that person has a good heart,
my choice.
Is it really such a big deal?
You are an intricate combination of multiple things.
Because I would have thought, if I really like somebody, right, and they like me, and I wear makeup, and they say, you know what, I don't like you wearing makeup, is it such a deal breaker? Surely I should be able to say, you know what, it's just makeup.
It could be. It depends on how. You see, if I like that we're talking to university students, when you're doing research, it's the weighting that you give to a particular question. So how much weight does that carry? Is it something that we can compromise on, or is it's an absolute?
Wow.
It's for me, and I'm the
that
guy.
way because I just figured.
No. It's for me. I mean, it's just like maybe you may love to have your drink. I'd rather you have your ciders and not your lager.
Yeah.
Because for me, the guys who drink lager, you must understand that this has got to do with my upbringing as well.
Yeah.
Nichikura pamwe ndakakura nichiona kuti wakadzi waibata castle with these kind of girls.
So that's in your mind.
That's in my mind. But the girl who's holding a glass of wine, there's some certain elegance in that, and that's in my perception. To see a woman drunk, the way you dress, that defines me, and I'm going to see you. I want to see that. After I meet you for a month, for 3 months, I'm going to understand the way you dress. I'm going to see what you look like without hair, with a different hairstyle. I'm going to see how you look at me in my eyes. I'm going to see how you breathe, how you groomed. You know, and you know what? Those things are important.
Those things are important.
They're more important to me because I can have sex with anybody. I can get a kiss from anybody. I can get a hug from anybody. But you know what? I'm not yet giving you my heart. I'm transacting. That's how men think.
Men transact.
Men transact.
Okay.
Men transact. Have you? Let me say this. I don't even have to ask this a question. I know guys who are absolute idiots. Who are. The word could have come. But it's.
Does it start with an A?
They are indeed that.
Okay.
They are rascals. They are sharks. And we can all that.
All
but
the adjectives.
I see. Ane mukadzi wake anomuda.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me share this. I'm gonna get into trouble. I might just get shot. Let me just say it.
No, say it.
Is that
say it.
There's a code among men. Unokunoita kumusikanzi kwako unenge uri asi kuna queen akusiwi unodzoka kuna queen. You gotta be a queen for me to come back to you.
That makes sense. I'm not saying that makes sense as in I agree with it, but I've seen it. I've seen so many men who go through these phases of, this is just not students, this is even grown men. They go through these phases.
But they go back. Okay. They go back to their queen. And I'm asking my sisters, my Wasukurus, to be that queen.
But then now, I think the mentality that's now there amongst women of today is being a queen is synonymous with being a doormat. He comes in, I know, you know what's that word? And then he doesn't think about the mat when he's inside. But is my doormat there? Is it clean? Is it
I can go to town about this. How to keep a man, how to influence your husband or your man.
I'm writing that down. That's like a session on its own.
I can give you tips on how to have him wrapped around your finger, but in a loving way, not in a manipulative way. Oh man, I feel so sorry for those women who fail to handle their men. Men are super easy to handle.
You think so?
Oh my word, men are silly. Men are weak. Sorry guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
I find it funny that you say that, because you know women are like, we don't know what men want.
Oh man, it's women who are difficult.
You think so?
Because women actually don't know themselves.
Or
for
maybe
men, it's easy. It's easy. It's no more than 5 points per man per individual. No more than 5. It's probably their sport, their guys, their drink. 3, maybe their church. 4, 5. I can't even think about the 5th one. Their work. Okay, number 5 will be their work, and so it's any one of those 5 combinations.
If you just
their belief, their vocational entertainment, their leisure in terms of their drink or how they socialize, their friends because it's other relationships, and their work.
Your work.
And relationships also takes care of their other all kinds of relationships. Relationships are very important.
Okay, so can we have a separate show on that?
Oh, anytime. I mean, ask Coach Taff anything.
Ask Coach Taff. Okay, so next week, guys.
Ask Coach Taff.
If you were not going to be listening next week.
Ask Coach Taff.
Next week, Coach Taff is going to be telling us how to keep your man. Because now we just need to wrap up our show.
Keep your man.
My minutes, Edu, at Mani.
And I also would like to talk to the guys sometime. And also show them how they can keep their woman.
Yeah.
Because women are also
I think
keep.
that's a very good one, because those men, they really.
However, as much as I'm gonna be sharing all of these nuggets, it's important for us to acknowledge that it takes two to tango.
True.
And when the one person leaves the dance floor, it's over. It's okay. It's okay. Let them go.
Don't chase.
What is well, you chase. You chase.
But you chase.
You chase.
You fight for what's yours.
You're gonna fight for it.
Yeah.
But there comes a time when the chase has to come to an end. Okay. When you've got to, when you know that you got the fire to keep chasing, keep going, buddy. Keep going.
So it's you stop chasing when you feel like you're not.
When I was first year,
yeah,
I met this beautiful, amazing girl, and for 8 months she said no.
And you chased her.
And I chased.
And chased her.
And chased.
What drove you to keep chasing her?
Because I wanted her. Every fiber of my being wanted her. It felt right. I couldn't stop thinking about her, and she was the one. I made a choice and I got her.
So it had nothing to do with your ego? Because I think, some guys, I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like some guys are like, they just want to prove a point. Because she's saying no to me. Inini.
No.
Nobody says no to me. I'm good. It
becomes a lifestyle. It's about habit. The habit of loving you. Allow me. Let's create a habit of loving, of making me love you. And habits, in coaching, it takes about 21 days to create a habit.
Okay.
So why are women? I think I should write a book about that. Creating a habit to love you.
That sounds like I'd buy that book. It sounds very catchy.
Well, because we've not yet created a habit to love you. We've created a habit to transact. So I'm going to transact throughout. But if you create a habit of allowing me to love you, I'm going to, and a habit becomes instinctual. You don't think about it. It's reflex.
I think you should write that book.
I think I should talk more about it first.
Yeah. I think that's something that maybe I'm being selfish here, but that's something I'd want to hear. So, your concluding remarks before we give the blessings. We just don't get a wrap up. Ask Coach Taff. Our first Ask Coach Taff session.
Our first Coach Taff, Ask Coach Taff session.
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to say is that give it your all.
Give it your all.
When it comes to heart issues, when it comes to love, you don't do it in half measures. And you start from a place of trust, and then from a place of trust you get to a place of knowing. Okay, trust is a heart issue, knowing is a head issue. Okay, and then you can behave after. So a human being is also always defined in those three things: the things that you know, which is the way you think, the way you emotively, your emotions and behavior. Those are the three key elements that drive any human being. And so when you combine all those three, then you are all set. So I'm asking my little sisters, my Wazukurus, to say start first with a heart, trust and love, but don't behave before you know. When you know,
trust, then know,
and then behave. Because your cognitive process is important. Trust, know, behave. The thing is that most of my Wazukurus are behaving first.
They behave.
And hoping that as they behave, they can then connect to the emotion, and then they will know that person. No.
And then after knowing, then they'll
it's the heart first, and then knowledge, then behavior.
Thank you so much, Coach. I feel like you're like a guest. I mean, I know you're
feels really cool. Really cool.
Well, guys, it's NK here with Coach Taff. It's been an exciting session. Personally, I liked it. Tavajuma, Coach Tavajuma. Yeah, and we just said, you know what? Today, you're in the hot seat. We're talking to you. And he was sharing with us his nuggets on love. Can you guys know this out? I don't know. So, everybody get in touch with us on our social media handles. You can Woneka, back to being a coach.
Are we back? There we go. I felt like I was a guest. So
now you're like the guest.
Oh, there we go. I was just all relaxed now. So guys, you can get a hold of us on any one of our social media handles. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram as well. WhatsApp
0772
902 We would like to get your feedback, and as we release you this wonderful day, we want to bless you and say we wish you love. Yes. We wish you companionship. And we pray that your heart will only go where it is meant to be planted for growth. God bless you and see you soon.
That is a powerful blessing. Thank you. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Coach Taff on Exit Radio. Now. Exit, no excuse.
Chemistry, baby, be my remedy. Daddy, I can tattoo your energy when you're ready. Would you haven't sent the Tradalvana 80? Be my Juliet girl, who the best of the best girl. I didn't forget the rest, girl. On my face, nothing did they want, baby girl, yeah.
Exit Radio. Invested in your future.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to follow
Exit Radio.
Facebook, Twitter, and
Exit. Your excuses.